So this is 5 minutes with Nicola Morgan, HR Manager at Lexis PR. Hello.
Hiya.
Can you give us a quick summary of your career to date?
Sure. So after graduating from Bournemouth University, I went into recruitment. I was a recruitment consultant for about 7 years. I then made the decision to move in-house, so I took up a in-house recruitment position with NPC. From there I moved to digital and moved to GT, who are now VML, and from there I then moved, thanks to the recruitment skills of Mark, I then moved to Collective and headed up the HR side of things with them. And recently I've just joined Lexis. I've been with them for about 4.5 months now.
Cool. Did you grow up wanting to get into HR?
No. I wanted to be a police officer, so I don't think there's much of a difference between HR and a police officer. So yeah. I'm just doing it in a nice warm office, not having to pound the streets.
What's the best thing about agency life?
I think it's the people that you work with and the culture and the informality of it all. I don't think I would particularly suit working in finance or insurance or law, for instance. The people in our agency and the agencies that I've worked with are hugely talented, and I think I've been very lucky to be able to work with some of the best talent in the industry.
How's the transition been from working in digital, which has been 80% male-driven, to working in PR, which is 80% female-based?
Yeah, I think that might be one of the biggest challenges I've had, is the difference between kind of the HR needs that the male species need and the HR needs from a female perspective. But it's all good.
Who gives HR the hardest time?
My mum. She's really embarrassed that I'm in HR.
Is she?
She doesn't tell anyone about it.
Why? Why is she so embarrassed?
I don't know. She kind of sees me as being kind of the Antichrist, so she's not a great fan of my job.
Fair enough. That's not very nice.
No.
Who inspires you, if anyone, in the HR industry?
I think the people that I've worked with in the past, particularly the HR teams within WPP, they were incredibly talented and gave me a lot of confidence in my own abilities. And then moving to Collective and working quite closely with the directors there, a couple of them really inspired me and kind of gave me the confidence to be able to really excel within the HR side of things.
What courses or books would you recommend for people that are looking to get into this sector or this industry, particularly HR?
I would wholly recommend doing the CIPD. It's very theoretical, and it was a huge chunk of my life for 2 years, having to do it part-time and give up weekends to do it and Christmas holidays and all sorts of things, but it was totally worth it. The theoretical side of things and a general understanding of HR has been brilliant for me.
So when you're not revising to become an HR specialist and you're not drinking, what do you do in your free time? I
watch a lot of TV. I'm a big fan of reality television programmes. I find people really interesting and fascinating, so reality TV kind of feeds that passion.
Please not Big Brother 5.
No, not Big Brother so much. Just stuff like One Born Every Minute and those sorts of things I really enjoy watching.
What advice would you give, apart from getting the CIPD, to someone who's looking to get into the industry?
Maybe if you can reach out to HR professionals to do some mentoring. It's something that I'm certainly looking at for myself, because I'm wanting to develop my career, is to look at more senior people within the industry and have them as a mentor so that they can help me through the various challenges that my career is going to take me on. So anyone starting out in HR, I'd say get a HR mentor if you can.
And how would they do that? Through Twitter, through phoning, through emails, or what's the best?
I would look on LinkedIn first of all. There's loads of HR forums there. I would contact the CIPD, the website cipd.co.uk, I think it is. They have a mentorship through that. Otherwise, contacting various universities that do HR courses, they should have contacts there that could get you in touch with HR mentors.
Who internally are the friendliest people to work with? Creatives, planners, developers, project managers, or account handlers?
I've got friends in all of those areas, so I'm going to upset someone. I think project managers, they have quite a stressful job, but they really enjoy letting their hair down, so I think it's most fun with project managers.
Okay, is it because they're so different at work and outside of work?
Yeah, definitely.
In the current economic climate with things not looking too good, have you ever had the threat of redundancy before?
I haven't personally, which I'm very thankful for. Some friends and colleagues haven't been quite so lucky. It's a tricky economic climate at the moment. I think people need to be having a look at the jobs that they have themselves and seeing the good stuff about their own roles rather than looking outside of that. I think it's important to kind of stick with what you've got at the moment.
How do you keep up to date with the legislation surrounding HR in the industry?
I use my network of HR friends that I've got from either working with them or having been on the CIPD course. I'm also part of the various HR forums in LinkedIn that I was talked about earlier, and there's always postings on that. I also get mail outs from things like People Management, which is the CIPD's weekly magazine, and that keeps you up to date with various legislation that's changing. And we also, as part of the larger network that Lexis is part of, we also have a team of lawyers that work with us, and they keep us updated with new stuff that's coming in.
Cool, and apart from human resources, what do you think HR should stand for?
Highly responsible.
Good answer. Okay, let's move on to a quick fire round.
Okay.
PR or digital?
Digital PR.
Or prigital?
Yeah.
Fruit or veg?
Fruit.
Awards or pay rises?
Awards.
Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Art directors or copywriters?
Copywriters.
Apple or Android?
Apple.
Degree or no degree?
Degree.
Ant or deck?
Always ants.
Retained work or pitch work?
From a HR point of view, I'd always say retained.
9 to 5 or 10 to 6?
9 to 5.
Independent agencies or networked agencies?
Oh, I've had a bit of both. Networked.
Okay. AWR or IR35?
I'd have to Google what exactly that all meant, but I'll go with IR35.
Or an amalgamation of both. The AWIR35 could be interesting.
Oh, fine.
And lastly, twist or stick?
Stick.
Thank you very much.
Welcome.